and we're going to look at surface area of a pyramid and a cone. Okay, so essentially we need to break it up into its nets and solve surface area problems. With the cone we're going to do something slightly different, but we'll get to it when we see it. Alright, so here we've got the surface area. So remember, surface area is the outside of the pyramid. So it's almost like we're painting it, okay? So it's not the inside, not the volume. We're going to get to that later on in our lesson, okay? So the best way to think about it is draw a net out of it, okay? So if I sort of peel it away, this is the base. So this is this thing here, alright? And then notice I'm going to have 4 triangles. 3, 4. So if I use another colour. 1, 2, 3, and then 4 triangles there. Okay. Hopefully you see that. I'm going to get rid of all that information because it's really going to mess up our cone. So what you have is that you have these triangles. But luckily for us, all of these are the same size, okay? So we just need to find the area of one of them. So I'm actually going to call this area 1, area 2. So the surface area of this one will be area 1 plus how many? There's 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles, plus 4 times area 2. So that's really good. So let's work on area 1 first. Now area 1 is just a square and it's just base times height. Remember? Base times height. Now we know that base is 5. What's the height? Well, we actually know that these lines mean that they're exactly the same. So it's going to base times height, and it'll be 5 times 5, which is 25. Now, what's our units? Meters, so it'd be meters squared. So that's what area 1 is. Now, let's work on area 2. Right? Now, area 2 is a triangle. Now, a triangle is half a rectangle. So it's base times height, and then we halve it. Okay? So what is our base? Well, our base is this, and this is our height of one of the triangles. Oh, that line means that this is 5 meters as well, and our height is 12. So let's do that. So it's going to be 5 times 12 divided by 2. All right, so 5 times 12 is 60. So half of 60 is 30 meters squared. All right. So now let's find out what the surface area is. Well, surface area is, using this guy here, it's going to be 25 plus 4 times 30. 4 times 3 is 12, so 120. So therefore the surface area will be 145 meters squared. You can use your calculator as well to work this out if you need to. Okay, so the most important thing, something happened here. The most important thing is to draw this net first, okay, and see how it looks like, and then just work it out with your normal area formulas. Okay, the surface area of the cone, unfortunately this is not on your formula sheet, all right, so you will have to remember it, or I hope that it will be given to you in your, as part of the question. The interesting thing, probably the most important thing, is that you've got to know what L is. Now, I've put what L is. It's the slant here, okay? It's the slant there. So we need to figure out what L is, because what is R? Well, that's just radius, and it looks like this is the radius here because it goes from the middle to the edge, okay? So, well, let's write that in. It's really good to write information in. So R equals 6 centimeters. Now we need to find out what L is. To find out what L is, I've got to draw this triangle out. So let me draw it out. This is a rough sketch. So this is 6. This is 8. What is that? Ooh, there's a skill that I've learned. It's very, very old. It's called Pythagoras, and it will help us do it. And Pythagoras says c squared equals a squared plus b squared, where c is the longer side or the hypotenuse, which is opposite the right angle. So that's L in essence in here. So I'm going to write it as L squared. Now A and B don't matter. You can use, so I'm just going to start with 6 squared plus 8 squared. So let's go L squared, 6 squared, that's 36. And 8 squared is 64, sorry. So that's going to be L squared equals 100. Now, to get rid of our square, we've got to do square root to both sides. So therefore, our L, or our lean, will be 10. Okay? And our units are centimetres, so I'm going to put that in as well. All right, now I can use a formula just like every other time. So surface area equals pi r squared plus pi r L. Now I'm just going to substitute in. Pi is just a number on a calculator. Radius is 6 squared plus pi times 6 again, because that's still radius, times our 10. And now it's just pretty much calculator work. So I'm just going to pop it in my calculator. So I'm going to go pi times 6 squared plus pi times 6 times 10. And I get 301.92897, blah, blah, blah. Let's do it to 2 decimal places. All right. So therefore, surface area will equal 301 point. Ooh, let's have a look where we're doing our line here. Yep, that is 5 or lower, so nothing changes with the 9. So it's going to be 5, 9, and our units are centimetres, and we still are square area, so we need to put the square area there. Hopefully that makes sense. Peace out.